Alright guys, so I might as well do a video on Louis C.K. and what I think of this dumb ass piece of shit. MFR. Alright, so here's the thing about this piece of garbage. And here's how I feel about all these comedians who consider themselves as pushing the boundaries and stuff like that. Louis C.K. considers himself non-PC, all right? Now, if you guys watch my videos, I'm going to just go through, a bunch of reasons, and it's just going to be a rehash of me feeling how I feel about these people, because essentially all these people have a certain mode that they work on. That mode that they work on is social. It's selective racism. Selective racism. All right, I'm just gonna keep on repeating that in in probably like every single videos that I do of these hypocrites. All right, selective racism. It is cowardly and it is hypocritical. All right, so these guys consider themselves, they're out there, they're pushing the boundaries. They don't have any kind of rules, etc., etc. Only problem is they have rules and they have boundaries, and those boundaries are pretty much, what the consequences are, if they go after certain groups, talk about certain groups, even if that stuff is funny. All right. So Louis C.K., his comedy act is pretty much like this. All right, he does his comedy acts when he talks about Jews, when he talks about blacks, when he talks about Jews. It's pretty much just neutral and positive stereotypes. Neutral and positive stereotypes. All right. Positive stereotypes, nobody cares about positive stereotypes, all right? They're compliments. They're compliments to your race, all right? Neutral stereotypes, they are racial in nature, but they are not racist in nature. It's not negative. People can laugh at it, all right? It's always the negative stereotypes that nobody wants. Black people don't want no negative stereotypes. They don't want any comedy. If Louis C.K. actually did some really negative comedy about blacks being, you're descended from monkeys, you got 40 IQs, you're a bunch of, animalistic, chimpanzees who go out and rape and murder and get on welfare, etc., drug dealers. I'm sure there's a ton of jokes out there for stuff like that, because there were a ton of jokes out there like that in the 80s and the 90s, right before the blacks did the whole social justice warrior thing and pretty much clamped up all these comedians. So what these comedians did in between that time is they pretty much pushed the racism, the racist negative, racist negative skits, jokes, sets, or whatever. They'll push it to, whatever group it is that they could get away with. Asian Americans for one, Latino Americans, Muslim Americans, it kind of depends, because those Muslims, Muslims in general, they'll, if you go far enough, you're going to get like a death sentence if you go far enough. I mean, you say anything about Muhammad, you might just get a death sentence. So they're kind of, they kind of know where the boundaries are to that. I mean, Sarah Silverman, another one of these comedians who considers herself pushing the boundaries. So she'll say all this stuff, all this negative stuff about Jesus, all this stuff about Jesus Christ. But when it comes to Muslims, she's not touching that. All right, not in the way that she goes, fuck Jesus Christ. She ain't gonna say fuck the Muslims, fuck you guys, fuck Muhammad for being a pedophile, etc., etc. She's never gonna go in that direction. All right, and she won't go in that direction with her religion, Jews. She won't do that. All right, and and as far as blacks concerned, the times that she has gone and messed with that whole the black population as far as negative jokes concerned, she got kind of canceled on, and she didn't get canceled all the way because she's a Jew in the industry. She didn't get canceled all the way because she's a Jew in the industry, but she did get slapped though. All right, she did blackface thinking, oh, I could get away with this. It's fine. I'm an edgy comedian. I'm an edgy entertainer. but she came out and apologized. How are you an edgy entertainer if you come out and apologize for that? You're not an edgy entertainer. You're not non-PC. All right? Louis C.K., piece of garbage, does the same thing. All right? I've heard some of his jokes. Bill Burr does the same thing. Seinfeld, Dave Chappelle, all these guys. It's okay. They'll go after, Asian Americans. They'll go after Latinos. They'll go after, illegal immigrants. They'll go after gays, trans, women's groups, fat people. They'll go after all those people because the consequences from that just isn't there. Just isn't there. I mean, gay people, it's kind of, these days, it kind of depends. Maybe in the near future, they might get it to the point where people just, these comedians just watch their backs before they say anything about gay people. But they're kind of getting there as far as that whole, homophobic thing is concerned, which I'm all right with it because, the way I see things is, a rising tide lifts all ships. So, that's the reason why I'm actually for the whole social justice warrior movement. I've said before that I wasn't very political when it comes to things, and I'm still not political when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm not saying that as far as being politically liberal. I'm not. I'm just saying that because it actually makes it fair for everybody else. It makes it fair for everybody else, where everybody else now has a voice, as opposed to, previous to this whole, social media phenomenon. Everybody now has a voice to say, hey, you're fucking with my group. You're fucking with my community. You're fucking with my group. You're fucking with my race. All right. You might think it's funny, but how come you're not doing it to these other races or groups? All right. Why are you such a hypocrite? Why are you saying, why are you so comfortable with making all these negative jokes towards all these other groups? But when it comes to blacks and Jews, you're not saying nigger, you're not saying kike, but you're okay with saying chink, spick, faggot. You're okay with saying all those terms. You're okay with making jokes in the vein of all those, all the negativity as far as real racism is concerned. But when it comes to other groups, you're just going to sit back and just throw out positive racism. You're going to just throw out positive stereotypes and neutral stereotypes, and then say, you know what, look, I'm making fun of everybody. You're not making fun of everybody. Not on the same level. Not the same level, motherfucker. You're not making fun of everybody, all right? Obviously. So and that goes for, that goes for South Park. That goes for Family Guy. That goes for Seth MacFarlane. The creator of South Park. That goes for anybody. Shane Gillis. That goes for everybody who thinks they're pushing the boundaries. You guys are just a bunch of hypocritical pussies. It's what you guys are. And all you dudes, every single one of you people who actually cheer for these comedians and go out there and say, yo, you know what? He's just making a joke. They're not just making a joke, and you're not just, you're not just an audience member, man. You guys live that lifestyle where you guys are a bunch of social bullies, cultural bullies, where you guys are okay with picking out certain groups and races that you guys know you guys can get away with to make yourself feel better about your shittiness. All right? And that's the reality of it. All right? All these supporters of these people, these monkeys, fuck people. I'm just going to call them monkeys. They're really a bunch of chimpanzees. And to be honest with you, karma works its way. I mean, it may take a couple years. It may take maybe close to a lifetime or whatever, but karma does make its way. And every one of these people, looking at their history, looking at what they do and how they come across, they live that lifestyle of just being a cowardly hypocrite. And if you live that lifestyle of being a cowardly hypocrite, everything you do pretty much emanates from that. So you come across as a cowardly hypocrite, what happens to you is, you know, karma gets you in the end. This motherfucking monkey that he is, Louis C.K., karma gets you in the end. He'll never be as big as he was. He should never be as big as he was. All right? Because the guy is a punk. He's a punk. Like all you pieces of shit pussies who actually support him and go out and say, yo, it's just non-PC and it's non-PC. Look, if it's non-PC, it's one thing, but these people are selectively non-PC. So they're non-PC depending on what they can get away with, all right? And that's just the very definition of cowardice. That's just the very definition of hypocrisy. That's just the very definition of a bully, of just monkey ass behavior. Like that's just the very definition of chimpanzee behavior, all right? Dude's a chimp. All you motherfuckers who actually you know support these guys, you guys are chimpanzees too, so fuck you. All right, fuck the dude. He already got fucked. But seriously, all you guys who support him, fuck you too.